Hello, I'm Rob Thomas. Welcome to another episode of the Club and Resort Talks podcast. Today's podcast is sponsored by Southern Aluminum. Southern Aluminum is a leading manufacturer of innovative linenless meeting and event furniture. For 45 years, they have pioneered a wide range of furniture, including meeting and banquet tables, event cocktail tables, mobile nesting buffets, mobile bar and beverage systems, retail style shelving, and much more. Their suite of linenless solutions can complement any space design through multifaceted product customization. Learn more at southernaluminum.com. We got that taken care of. Let's get to the news right away. The new short game practice area at Indian Hills Country Club in Bowling Green, Kentucky, allows golfers to practice their putting on a dedicated green with additional fairway space to hone their chipping and pitching skills. The short game area is dedicated to Bob McLean, a longtime superintendent at the club and one of the key figures behind its design. I forgot to mention that after we do the news here, I'm going to throw it to an interview we had with Will Young, PGA head golf professional at Hartford Golf Club in Wisconsin, not Hartford, Connecticut, Hartford, Wisconsin. Will is really big on TikTok and social media, and he's going to share a little insight on how maybe you, as a club professional, can introduce yourself and kind of get to know your members and guests on a different level. So stick around for that one. Let's get back to the news. PTI Golf renovated a total of 12 acres of turf at TPC Summerlin in Las Vegas and replaced it with a natural desert vegetation. The Southern Nevada Water Authority recently lowered the water budget in the Las Vegas Valley with a 33% reduction in allotted water. The most effective way to meet that threshold is to remove turf. Next up, the club at Eagle Brook in Lakeland, Florida, will kick off a golf course renovation in April 2025. During the project, crews will rebuild all 18 greens to their original size and shape and resurface with TIF Bermuda grass. The agronomy team at the facility will make select drainage, irrigation, tee box, and bunker improvements as well. What's up in with Concert Golf Partners? Well, they have upgraded the wells, pumps, irrigation, clubhouse, roof, windows, doors, kitchen equipment, and HVAC at the club at Pasadena in Monterey, California. That's an awful lot going on there. The upcoming second phase of the upgrades will include $1 million of renovations planned for the hacienda-style clubhouse, including an expanded outdoor seating area, wine lockers, and more. Last but not least, this 5-month, $2.5 million restoration of the King and Bear Golf Course at the World Golf Village involved resurfacing all 18 greens as well as putting and chipping areas with TIF Bermuda grass. That seems to be hot right now. Improvements also included significant upgrades to the irrigation and drainage systems to promote water conservation and enhance turf health and provide optimal playing conditions throughout the year. An awful lot going on. You can read about all those stories and much, much more at clubandresortbusiness.com. But without further ado, let's get to Will Young and to learn a little bit more about what he's doing on TikTok. Hello, and welcome back to the Club and Resort Talks podcast. I'm joined by Will Young, PGA head golf professional at Hartford Golf Club in Wisconsin, not Hartford, Connecticut. We just talked about that. Will, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me. It's took a little bit of getting everything set up, but I'm glad to be here. So thank you. I appreciate you working with me.
Now, you're a busy guy. I get it. And this is the Hartford season, obviously.
Yeah, we're just starting to wind down now, but the last couple months have been pretty crazy. You know, a lot of long days, a lot of sleepless nights. So it's been good. We're getting ready to kind of wind down for the year.
All right, hey, before we get into meat and potatoes, let's talk. Give us like a 10,000-foot view of Hartford Golf Club. What you guys have, what you offer, so on and so forth.
Sure. So we are a rather old club, 1928. We were established, so we've been around for quite a while. Small town course. We are semi-private, so we have about 250 members as well as open to the public. A lot of outings and charity events. We're about 45 minutes from Milwaukee, about an hour from Madison. So we're kind of right in the heart of Wisconsin. We draw a lot of our members from 30 to 45 minutes away. We've we've seen a lot of benefit from the pandemic. Golf has taken a huge boom, and we've reaped a lot of the rewards from that as far as gaining members and gaining rounds. It's helped us put a lot of improvements into the club. As far as the club goes, we're an 18-hole course, rather short course. It's a small town course, so it's only 6,500 yards. But as amenities go, we just have the golf course and the restaurant. We don't have pool or tennis or anything like that. So golf is our main focus, and my focus from when I came in here, our high school is about 2 blocks away. So we are the host of our local high school team, which has 60 players for boys and 30 players for girls. So it's been a huge improvement there. And then rebuilding the relationship with our community and building our membership was probably the biggest goal since I've been here. This is my 4th season now, so pretty well established. And I have a 5-year-old who's now started kindergarten in the area, so I don't plan on going anywhere anytime soon. So this is going to be a long-term deal for me.
And terrific. And I happen to know you have a sassy wife.
I do. Yeah.
Getting into that, I know that because you are big on TikTok, and that's how I found you. I think it's will.young.pga.
Yes.
Yes.
All
right. Let me throw some numbers at you. 35,000 plus followers. I just looked at this, 35,500. So you could round up if you want 36.
Yeah.
2.2 million likes. To put that in perspective, I have 481 followers and 3,562 likes. So I think we've been on TikTok about the same amount of time. You've blown up.
Yeah. Yeah. So I started, I think it was September of 2022. So it's been about 2 years, and it was just at the end of the season, and I was just kind of looking to fill some time. It obviously coming out of the pandemic, I was looking, we don't have a simulator or anything in the winter. So I basically do some office work in the winters, outing contracts and membership dues and stuff like that. So I was filling my time, and I just kind of hit it off with some of the weird audios, making it relate to golf. And I think within probably a week or two, one of my videos hit like 500,000 views, and it was just kind of an addiction since then. For the year after that, it was like 3 videos a day, every day. Like you said, I have a sassy wife, and she tolerated it. And then once it grew to where she sees it now, she's like, okay, this, when are you doing another video? You need to make some more videos. You haven't done a video in a while. It's like, okay. Now she sees the benefit of, we've seen the benefit of the club, with people coming out to see me, coming out to play, lessons, new members as well. So it's social media. I've always been on social media, but I've never been a content creator. And it's nice. I go travel to other places, like when we go to the PGA show in Florida. Now there's people in Florida that recognize me. So it's a new thing. I've not got to the point where it's like my whole career. It's just still kind of a hobby on the side, but I've definitely seen the benefit from it. I didn't plan on this happening when I started 2 years ago, but now this is kind of part of my job.
Yeah, no, I say sassy because I saw some of the videos with when she was playing along with you.
Yeah.
I think you guys were having a couple cocktails late night after the shop was closed up, or at least your day was done, and she was heckling, little peanut gallery stuff coming from her. Huh?
Yeah. That's always been our relationship. It's been a very sarcastic relationship between the two of us. She golfs here and there. Her mentality is a stress relief. She just wants to go out and whack the golf ball, so she doesn't really play the entire hole. But she definitely loves to give me a hard time, and it's made for some good content as well.
Can you put any kind of a number? I don't know, nothing specific, but as far as rounds boosted, people coming to visit you specifically because they see on TikTok, or lessons that you're giving, or people saying, "Hey, I want a lesson from the TikTok pro."
Yeah, I've had. I would say it hasn't been like life-changing amounts, but I get probably 2 or 3 people a day that recognize me that have come out to play. So it's not like we've doubled our rounds or anything like that. In lessons, I probably picked up a dozen new students this season from people just seeing me on TikTok. And some of them, I had one lesson that drove up from Chicago, which is like 2.5 hours to do a 9-hole playing lesson with me. So the reach is definitely growing, and I'm excited in the future to see, I haven't set up, and I probably should have, like some kind of a referral or like a questionnaire of like, how did you hear about hear about the place, so I could track it better. But it's never been that wasn't what it was about when I started the TikTok stuff. I wasn't looking to boost the business. It's just been a nice benefit after the fact.
Yeah, and it's not all golf. I when I first joined, you were on a bit of a weight loss journey,
Yeah,
and your pounds were melting off, right? You were
yeah.
golfing and you were wearing some baggy clothes because you hadn't updated your outfits yet. So tell us a little bit about that, about sharing the weight loss journey.
Yeah, and that was another thing that it just came about, and it was March of this year is when I started my diet, and it was mostly family based because I'm still got some pounds to lose, but my son made some comments to me about when he got bigger, he wanted to have a big belly like me, and I was like, okay, well, now it's not just affecting me, it's affecting my son's mentality of the world. So, yeah, that started in March. I lost, I'm down 85 pounds so far. I've kind of hit a plateau. It's been hard to stay on the diet for the last 2 months of the busy season. But now that season's winding down, we're gonna probably start doing some of those videos again and add in some workouts and golf routines and stretching and stuff like that that I can do to help my golf game. But I've definitely seen a benefit to my golf swing too, losing all that weight. It's made walking a lot easier. It's made swinging and turning through the golf ball a lot easier. So again, sometimes, and I've had other things throughout the past 2 years of just like sidetracks other than golf that I've gone on, and they've seen relatively good views and good success from that as well. So um, I've always tried to keep my content real, like natural stuff that I'm going through, not trying to force certain situations or certain topics, just whatever is going on in my life, I try to share.
So I see a lot of trends. I mean, TikTok's all about trends, right?
Yeah.
There's a current one or one that was popping up during the Olympics. I think the song was "This is the Police, Emergency, Emergency," and he had these like Olympians showing off different outfits and they're dancing and stuff. When are we gonna get a video of you dancing with some of maybe the new fits?
Yeah, I mean, right now, so I'm most of my meetings with my reps are going to be in the next month or two. So I'm definitely going to update my wardrobe from some of them. So we may get some of those in the off season once that the clothing starts coming in. I've never been a dancing guy on TikTok. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure people would be entertained by it, but I don't have any plans. But it may go into the rotation this off season if I need some content.
All right, we'll keep it in mind. Keep it in
Yeah.
mind. Any collaborations? Any other TikTokers around you?
There's one, he goes by Fat Chops 51. We met through TikTok, and he's ends up being 30 minutes away from me, so we see each other and play quite a bit. Every fall, we have about 2 weeks. We're going to Whistling Straits. We're going to play the Irish course and the river course, trying to get about 8 to 12 guys. We try to do this every year and go to different courses in Wisconsin. So we'll probably have quite a few videos coming up at the end of September with some content creators. And then just setting up my schedule now since the PGA show dates were released, seeing which other creators are going to be in Orlando for the PGA show. We'll probably do some collaborations at that time since we're all going to kind of be in the same spot for a week or so.
I'm looking forward to that. Now,
Yeah.
I know you mentioned you don't have a simulator, but is there any plans to maybe do some kind of a little instructional stuff, short game, chipping, putting in the off season where you can just be, rolling on the carpet?
Yeah. Unfortunately, our ceilings here, and we have a separate clubhouse building, restaurant building from our pro shop. The ceilings are built in the 1920 or 1928, so they weren't planning on having 12-foot ceilings. We would have to do a serious renovation to do that. So we have some areas to do some chipping and putting inside. And there's locally within 15 minutes from me, there's two buildings that are going to put in simulators. So I'm trying to work out some deals with them to do lessons in the off season and probably create some content there. We're also, my wife and I have undertaken the project of turning our extra bedroom into a golf simulator. So we'll probably that the building process will probably be a series of videos of how we're going through that, and then do some. I won't be able to. It's still a 9-foot ceiling, so I don't know that I'll be able to hit driver or anything like that. But we'll definitely go through some irons and some short game stuff in the simulator, so that'll be nice in the off season.
Well, that's going to be entertaining stuff. Looking forward to
Yeah.
that. What would you say? I got only a couple questions for you here. What would you say to another club professional, whether a golf professional, rackets, chef, whatever? That's interesting. Maybe, hey, this sounds kind of fun. How can I get into this?
As far as the social media stuff?
Social media, TikTok, could be Instagram, whatever.
Yeah, I think right now, I mean, as long as you approach it the right way, I don't see a lot of negatives. Besides, especially TikTok, a lot of the videos are less than 2 minutes that I do. Um, I don't do a lot of editing. There are some videos like the encore stuff where I do editing and put the ball tracker in and stuff like that. But from start to finish, most of my videos take less than 5 minutes. So if you can to grow your following, I was posting 3 times a day. So if you can take 15 minutes to a half an hour out of your day to make 3 videos, and even if it reaches, 10% of your area and clients and you gain a couple customers from it, I don't see any negative to it. As long as your higher ups are okay with you spending the time and doing that. Obviously, you have to go through the right channels there. My board has been excellent. They've had little to no issue. I think I have 7 board members. I know at least half of them follow me and they enjoy my videos. So I think any business now that's not on social media is definitely losing out on some marketing.
Yeah, any downsides you've experienced?
There's been some topics and things that I've talked about within the club that I've gone out of my way to never throw anybody under the bus, never name any names or anything like that. But there are people that kind of put the dots together that understand that I was talking about them. And it's been in 2 years, it's probably been less than half a dozen times. And when they approach me about it, I'm professional. I just say, hey, this is the stuff that we deal with. I made sure I didn't name anybody or put a bad light on anything. And that's probably been the only negatives. There's been some other things when I talk about policies like fivesomes or things like that, pace of play. That's always my opinions of pace of play. We do our best to make sure that happens on the golf course, and sometimes it doesn't. There's just those days that the course gets slow, and people will say, "Well, you said this on social media that this is how you handle it." We try to, and they kind of. I've had some customers use it as evidence against me, but it's never been anything serious like job threatening or loss of any business.
Yeah. People pissing and moaning about the cart fee, right?
Oh, that never stops. We do every spring. I do like 3 of those videos, and everybody's always. It's just a different way of 2 different ways of looking at it. There's a business way and a customer way, and
Yeah.
sometimes the customer doesn't always agree. So
No, no, I imagine there'll be another one next spring. People always have to be reminded of these things.
yeah,
It is a business.
yeah,
So I'll get you out on this one. Crystal ball time. 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road. What do you see? I mean, social media is everything's changing in the next 3 months. So who knows what's going on? But what do
right.
you see in your life? What do you view as far as the club, as far as the industry as a whole?
The industry as a whole, I mean, the biggest problem we see right now, and I've made some videos about this, is the influx of golfers that we've seen from the pandemic. There was never really a teaching of etiquette to those players. They kind of just went out on the course with their buddies and did what they wanted. So there's a clash right now in the golf world of the golfers that have played for 10 years and the golfers that have played for 2 years. The golfers that have played for 10 years obviously are more traditional and they want things to be the way that they have been forever. Um, there needs to, in the next couple of years, needs to become a mutual agreement and acceptance that golf is changing. The younger crowd is obviously more out there to have fun and not be so serious about the game of golf. So there needs to become a compromise if everybody wants to enjoy themselves on the course. Social media wise, um, it's definitely helped golf get out there to a lot more people, a lot more awareness about just getting out to play nine or getting out with your family. But we've also seen the negatives from social media of people messing around with carts, hitting each other, hitting shots off the greens. Um, I I would say we've seen a little bit more of that at the course. I haven't seen any videos from our course, but I definitely think that's a negative trend that's been going through the golf industry, especially with the new players that they think they can go out and do this stuff just for views or make a video about it for their friends. And I think that goes the same with any industry. That kind of the stuff on social media can affect any industry in a negative way. Golf as a whole, I think we're looking at a lot of different ways between Live Golf, PGA Tour, changing things, social media to try to grow the game in different ways to get more people involved, not necessarily the people that want to go out and enjoy it, not play in tournaments and take it super seriously. So I think social media is definitely helping in that way to grow the game.
Well, I'll tell you what, TikTok has been a revelation for me. I enjoy it so much more than Twitter/X. Will.young.pga
Yes.
on TikTok to find them. You have terrific content. I look forward to watching more of it. Thank you for joining us, Will.
Thank you. I appreciate it.